Hello,
Hi.
welcome to Knit One, Heart Two. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy. I'm wearing size 16 pants, also known as Penny Wenny on Ravelry.
Welcome to
Knit One Heart 2. All right, so who
Let's
wants
jump
to
right
start?
on in.
Yes, we've had some complaints from my mother and our friend Tara that we are too long, so we're going to try to be efficient this week.
Right. It's not going to happen.
I know.
So I'm going to jump right in onto what's on my dance card, which I'm still working on the Pinkerton shawl, but I've gotten into the open lace work.
Ooh, yay.
And
That's coming out really nice.
it is.
I like it.
It's coming out really nice, and it's been put aside for a little bit. I also have the Claudia hat for my brother.
Ooh, I'm curious to see that. Oh, I
It's
like
upside
it.
down.
That's nice.
And here, let's see. Yeah, that's a good picture of the lattice work.
Yeah, it looks nice.
And then it just goes into 2x1 ribbing through the back loop. Actually, yeah, here you go, sorry. It's actually very easy, but I'm also working, and I'm just going to show you what I'm using. I'm working on a secret project for Lala Knits.
Knit Girls.
No, Lala from the Knit Girls.
Knit Girls.
I'm just going to show you this delicious yarn. The yarn is not part of the secret knits. This is actually from my stash. It's called Miss Babs. It's sport weight, and I love it.
It's really pretty.
It's
very
squishy.
squishy.
And I love the color. It's called denim for color. I mean, it looks like a denim pair of pants.
It does. Much like my size 16.
All right,
pants.
enough. I'm not gonna listen to that the whole
I just
podcast.
have to explain that I have not worn size 16 pants since 2002, so I'm a little excited today. I'm sorry. What else? Anything?
No, that's all I have on the needles. Well,
Yeah.
besides my sororium, but again, we won't talk about that.
It's kind of a boring week for me. I'm still working on the Vegas shawl.
I have hair on my face.
I've gotten
I'm
a
sorry.
lot more done on it. You can see.
How much yarn do you got left?
Let's see. I still have a pretty substantial amount left. I brought with the other yarn that I forgot to have the last time. This is the corresponding skein.
Oh,
Them together that came with it. It's meant to do the toes if I was doing socks.
oh, I think that would be pretty.
But
at the
I
end.
might do it, stripe of this at the end. I might even sort of gradually transition it in,
alright.
you know, couple of rows in. But I think I'm gonna have plenty because this has gotten pretty big. And
Hopefully, when blocked.
yeah, it's pretty big so far. It's getting there. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy knitting this. I highly recommend the pattern to anyone. But I was busy doing other stuff all week, so.
Sorry.
So rate your date. You want to rate your date?
Yeah, 0. I have nothing. The secret knitting has to be done by the end of the week, so that's really what's taking up my knitting time right now.
Well, that's a good excuse.
Yeah, so hopefully in a couple of weeks I can show it to you.
Okay, I hope so.
Hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll have it like completely finished.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I can't wait to see how it comes out. I have 2 dates to rate. Number 1, I finished my Zinnia Dahlia hat out of 7 Sammys from Still River Mill.
Let's see if you can
hold it up. You can see the halo of the yarn. You can't really see the pattern.
Color.
You can't really see the pattern. It's got this sort of a lattice slip stitch pattern on it.
Similar to Cool House and
Similar
Claudia.
to Cool House. I'll try to get it. You can kind of see it here. I'm going to rate this date. The final product I love. The pattern, however, I had to rip this out twice in order to get the slip stitch to work all the way into the crown. For some reason, and you can't tell this from looking at the pattern, the slip stitch only goes up to about here, and then there's like an 1.5 inch section of just stockinette in decreases, and then it picks up again at the very top. And I'm sorry, that's not what I wanted. I really wanted the texture all the way over. It's kind of lost on this hat, which makes me sad. I didn't realize that it would be quite so luscious and fuzzy. I'm calling this my Sully hat because it reminds me from Sully and Monsters Inc. because it's blue and purple.
Yeah, it's got that turquoise of Sully's.
Yeah,
it's really
it's
pretty.
gorgeous, and it's really, really soft. So I rewrote the pattern. I put my notes for how you can get the lattice to go all the way to the top on my project page if anybody is interested. I know a couple of people that did the project in the past had the same disappointment. It's actually not that difficult to figure out how to do the decreases. I did very abrupt decreases to give it kind of a beret thing.
Like every other, or?
I did every other row, but I did every stitch. I did knit two together, knit two together, every other row. But you could easily decrease much more gently than that and still do the pattern all the way up to the top. It's really not difficult. I explained that in my notes. But I totally love it. I like the way it looks on.
Looks good with your shirt today, too.
Yes, I know. That's why I wore the shirt. Oh. And then, let's see how it looks on Sheila.
No. You're right.
Just do it. I want to see. It might even look good on you.
No.
No, it's okay. It's
as long as I have my hair out.
Hair. Yeah. I actually kind of like. I know. It's actually kind of cute on you.
It's very nice and warm, but I think what helps is the halo.
Yeah. It gives it a little more texture.
It's very nice.
I would totally knit with this yarn again. In fact, when I go to Rhinebeck in the fall, and I will be going to Rhinebeck, and hopefully Sheila will be going with me.
I hope so.
I am going to buy more of this yarn. And I have a little bit left over, so I could maybe get like a cowl out of it or something. But yeah, love the yarn. Love my modifications on the pattern. I would knit this hat the way that I modified it again.
The yarn was Still River Mills, the
7 Sammys.
Which is out of the Samoyed dog hair and wool.
Merino and Samoyed dog fur.
Now, on Still River, can you order from a shop online?
They have an online store.
So you can always order that online.
Yeah, and I totally would because it's just
really pretty.
Gorgeous.
You know, that would make a great beret style hat just because of the fuzzy.
And that's kind of why I did the little beret thing on the top because I wanted it to have that sort of feel to it.
It does. It looks like a beret style.
I love it. I love it. I'm very happy. Thumbs up on the yarn.
Yay.
The second thing I finished crocheting my voodoo doll.
Keep it there a little longer.
Oh yeah, look how long I'm holding it up, Mom.
I like the heart.
Yes, you can see it. So basically what I did is I modified, I told you this in a previous episode, but I modified a pattern. I modified this bear pattern out of Amigurumi World, Seriously Cute Crochet, but I made it into my little voodoo doll.
So don't piss us off.
Yeah. I haven't stuck any pins in it yet, but it's waiting for a few pins when I get home.
If you put a voodoo doll for someone, do you have to put their name on it? Is that how voodoo doll works?
Technically you're supposed to put, some fingernail clippings or some hair, but that's a little stalkery, so I just kind of think about who it is in my mind and poke them with pins. But I did just straight white acrylic yarn from my stash, from my acrylic stash.
Because let's face it, a voodoo doll needs to be white.
Yeah, and I did some little embroidery. You can see my embroidery skills are not that great.
Her knitting skills are much better.
Yes, they are. But this was a lot of fun, and one thing that I really like about crocheting amigurumi is that there's a lot of modifications you can make. Obviously, the book was Seriously Cute Crochet. This is kind of creepy. But, I took the
creepy
basic
in a
shape.
cute way. Because he is. He's adorable.
My son named him Mr. Mummykins.
Mr. Mummykins.
Mr. Mummykins. I don't know where. My 5-year-old calls him Mr. Mummykins. He doesn't quite know the purpose of this doll.
That's all right. And
anyway, that was
better off that he doesn't.
This would have been a one-night stand if I had sat down to it. It's very fast.
Now, didn't you lose your head? Did you have to?
I did, but I found it.
Oh, okay.
I found everything that I lost. I found the stitch marker that came with my bag. I found the stitch markers They were in my bag.
Oh, all right.
I blamed my children, but it was me.
She's sorry, guys.
So yeah, Mr. Mummykins.
He's cute. He's really cute.
I totally love him. So I would definitely knit that again. The only modification
Crochet it again.
Crochet it again.
Sorry.
Crochet, knit, I can't get it all together in my
I know,
head.
but it is different.
It is different. I would definitely crochet that again. The only mod that I made is on the arms. I started out like they said, and then I just kind of went in the round until they were the length that I wanted them to. I didn't really follow the pattern for that, but the body and the head are pretty much the same thing. I don't know, the bare arms were kind of short, I thought, for a person.
Yeah.
So I just did that. And then, of course, I added the
heart and
the embroidery just because that was kind of fun. But
now, I'm just curious from making my monster dolls and stuff. Oh, yes, and I still have my monster on the needles. It hasn't progressed. Do you do the embroidery before you stuff it?
yes.
Okay.
It's a lot easier to attach the yarn inside so it doesn't pull out. What I normally do is I twist it inside out. I anchor the yarn through the back of one of the pieces of one of the stitches so that you can't see it, and then pull it through. And then when I'm all done, do the same thing. So it's much better to wait before you put the stuffing in to do any kind of detail work. I was thinking of embroidering little hands on them too, but I think this is good.
I think that will suffice.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I would really go for this again. And I've been checking out some amigurumi groups on Ravelry, so I might in a future episode talk about some good groups where they do amigurumi, because I was sitting on one of them and going through the group projects, and it was some of the stuff that people come up with is really cool.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
So,
I mean, it's an amazing amigurumi. Crochet in itself is kind of cool. It's freeform, more freeform, I think, than knitting is.
I don't know why, but I have an easier time winging it with crochet than I do with knitting, and it might just be because I don't know.
I think
it has
crochet
more structure or something.
crochet doesn't have any needles to deal with. Crochet, you can, if you want to do a few more things,
That's
you can.
true.
I just think
And you
it's
can
a little
just
bit
pick
more
up
flexible.
and start crocheting on the edge of things. That's true.
I think it's just a little bit more flexible.
Well, cool. So that's it for my rate my date. The Zinnia Dahlia hat, my version, 2 thumbs up. And the Voodoo doll, definitely 2 thumbs up.
Cute.
So, future dates, planned dates.
My planned dates is to finish what's on my needles, because I have more on my needles than I'm really comfortable with. So I got the Saroyan, I got my monster, I got my secret knitting, I got my shawl, and I have my hat. That's 5. That's
you need
more
to
than...
get to knitting.
Yeah, and then also I really do need to make and cast on those felted clogs.
Oh yeah, you need to get that done.
Yeah, because, the hole's not getting any smaller. Of course, I could probably just fix it, or mend it, but it wouldn't really do any good. I'm looking at it, I'm sorry.
No, it's not good.
But, so those are my planned dates.
And I'm still planning on casting on the traveling sweater.
Now that will be after you finish Fagus?
Yes.
Sorry.
Fagus doesn't sound good.
I know, I'm sorry.
It could be Fagus. I just think Vegas sounds
I
good.
think Vegas sounds much better.
Yeah, when this is done, as soon as this is done, I'm casting on the traveling
And that's
sweater.
with the Valley Yarns, right?
Valley Yarns Northfield, because on my upcoming trip, which I'll talk about later, to Germany, I really want to have that as my, one sweater.
Oh, okay.
It'll be good for the plane, and I want that to be done.
That would be a very good sweater for the plane.
So I am going to be knitting 60 on this all week, because I want this to be done by next week so I can cast on that. And also I have another future project. I saw something that I really want to do. It's a secret because I'm going to give it to Sheila. So that's also going to, that's probably going to be more of a one night stand, but I totally have to make it for you.
That's not be.
No, it's not a hat that looks like a male sex organ. It's something else that I just thought you would really like, and there are a couple of things you could do with it. So, not in a bad way, in a good way. But I saw this thing, and I'm like, I have to make it, and it's to make up for the next section in our story, which is crushes and heartbreaks.
Why don't I go, because...
You go first, because I have a horrible heartbreak to talk about.
Another one. My crush simply is, I do love the Miss Babs yarn, so much so that I've been looking for more. and I PM'd somebody on Ravelry, but she hasn't been on in 3 months, so I don't think I'm gonna be heard from her.
Aw.
And because it's kind of a heartbreak too. Is the secret thing I've cast on called for sock yarn in a sport weight with a certain stitch count, or 7 stitches to the inch. So I tried several different yarns, and it also made me want to really cast on socks with the sock yarn that I have in my stash. I haven't done socks in a while, and I need to, because my sock yarns are starting to get holes. My sock is starting to get holes.
I hope your sock yarn isn't getting holes. That would be very bad.
I think I have a little bit of an issue there too, but
Ooh.
yeah. So yeah, just casting on with several different, I tried Blue Moon, which I loved. It wasn't great for what I was doing. And then I tried Serendipity U, which I loved. It's small stripes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that would make a nice little striped sock. And yeah, I think I'm going to start working on some socks. Plain vanilla, easy to knit, mindless.
Sounds fun. I might be able to help you with that. Let me talk about my heartbreak.
Okay. Yeah, I have no heartbreaks other than,
I don't have any
casting
crushes this week.
on for that secret project several times, but
yeah, well, I don't have any crushes this week. I did have a crush, but I'll talk about it next week because I just have to talk about this heartbreak. I'm so mad about it.
I don't know what it is,
all day. No, I waited to tell this now because I want her reaction to be live for the podcast. The little backstory is there is a yarn store in New England.
Time out for a second. Little backstory is we went on a yarn crawl a couple weeks ago.
Oh, we're not even at that backstory yet. This is way before that.
Oh, never mind then. Okay.
My section.
Sorry.
All right. The backstory is there's a yarn store in Massachusetts. I met the owner on Ravelry when I joined a group that had been started by the owner. And I thought the group was going to be about how much people loved a certain type of yarn and about patterns to knit with the yarn, sharing projects. But it turned out, sorry, that arrow is driving me crazy.
Was it in your face?
It was in my face again. What the heck?
I don't know.
But
if I may interrupt.
Yeah.
The group that the owner started, was it based on one specific yarn?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't based on his store.
No.
Okay.
It was just based on a yarn. I joined it because I thought the yarn company had started it, like Dream in Color has one, it wasn't the Dream in Color one. It was another one and it turned out that it was mostly a vehicle for the store owner to put a lot of information out there about sales at the store, specials at the store.
He should have made his own group.
So I left because I wasn't there to discuss where I could buy the yarn. I was there to discuss the yarn. So it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And then I went to the store and I asked if they had a specific type of yarn. And the store owner tried to convince me to look at some other yarn that was not even the same weight. And I was just like, no, it's either this yarn or
nothing.
And so that kind of bothered me because usually store owners will at least try to suggest a comparable weight yarn to, a substitute. I don't think that the store owner knows as much about yarn as some other people in the area. So just never really had a positive experience. And then we had the yarn crawl, the 2011 yarn crawl that we talked about in our first episode. And we went to that store. I only went because there was something going on there during the yarn crawl that interested me. It wasn't because I wanted to go to the store per se.
A specific vendor was there.
A specific vendor was there. So, yay. And we signed up for the thing. Well, now fast forward to Monday night. I'm at knitting. I come home. My husband's all excited. You won a prize. You won an award. I was like, really? What do you mean? And he said, yeah, he called it a major award from,
your husband
the Christmas Story. No, my husband called it a major award from like the Christmas Story movie. You won a major award. He was really excited for me. And I said, what did I win? And he said, I got a call from the yarn store and you won a free pattern and sock yarn. And I was like, wow, okay, last store that I thought I would win something from. So this was on Monday night. On Tuesday, I called the store to confirm because my husband is not very good at taking messages, and I thought maybe he was wrong. And
yeah,
I
let's
said,
not go up there.
I know, because
No.
it's like 40 minutes away from me. It's not a
Distance.
store that I would drive to on a regular basis. So I called the store and I said, I'm just calling to confirm that I won a sock pattern and some yarn. And the guy's like, yeah. So I said, great, I'll pick it up on Wednesday. So yesterday I got up. I worked out early. It was my kickboxing day. I did my kickboxing workout before I left, threw on some clothes, and drove up to the store. I got lost twice on the way to the store, okay?
So it wasn't me.
No, that's a hard place. I got lost twice. Let's just put it that way. And I had not only a map and written directions, but GPS, and I still got lost.
Really?
Yes. Because the signage.
store.
No, it's the signage. It's the signage. It's in Massachusetts. They have no signs anywhere.
I think what it is Massachusetts. A lot of people steal the sign.
That could be. So I get to the store. I tell who I am, and I am given this pattern. It's for a vanilla sock out of Frog Tree Petaboo. It's just a vanilla sock, 2-color sock.
Never heard
It's
of
for
it.
you.
Okay. Thank you.
And I am taken over to a shelf and handed a skein of Petaboo sock yarn in a very pretty light blue color, much like this and the wall. I kind of blended into the wall.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I know. I should have chose a better outfit. So anyway, I said thank you, and I was told about a gift certificate, which I am not going to show on the screen, but which I'm just going to show you.
Okay.
I was shown a gift certificate about 40% off Frog Tree Petaboo sock yarn, and I was told it was unlimited, but it's not unlimited, but I can use it up until June 30th. That's also for you.
Meaning you can show this coupon as many times as you go in up until June 30th, or is it a one-time
No,
coupon?
it's a one-time purchase, so I don't know what the unlimited was. He kept saying it's unlimited, but it's not unlimited.
Unless you can buy, like,
I can buy
skeins of it.
unlimited Petaboo sock yarn.
Okay.
For 40% off. So I said thank you, and I headed towards the door, and he said, oh, that sock yarn isn't for you.
What?
The sock yarn is not for you. I said, what do you mean? He goes, no, you won a coupon for 40%
Are
off
you
the
kidding
sock
me?
yarn. I was like, no. So I handed him the sock yarn back, and I said, okay, great, thanks, I'm leaving. And I walked out of the store because... Now, I got home, and I was mad the whole way home because I was like, dude, that could have been mailed to me. I did not need to drive 40 minutes one way to pick up a vanilla sock pattern that I can probably get on the internet and a coupon. And then
didn't you confirm to him that it was
This is
sock?
why I'm so enraged.
But why didn't you say something?
I was so stunned that it happened. So I was just like, whatever. I'm not... This just confirms to me that I don't like that store owner.
Right, we will definitely be in that store then.
I'm not mentioning the store on here because the store has a perfectly good stock. I don't want to turn people away from doing business there, but I do think that the owner has very poor customer service and business sense because basically I didn't win anything. I won a pattern that comes free with the yarn if I had bought the yarn, and I won 40% off of a skein of yarn. So really, I had to pay to get my prize. Do you see what I mean? It just kind of bothered me.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And it bothered me that my husband said that said it was free sock pattern and yarn. I was told I won sock pattern and yarn. I didn't win any yarn. I won a coupon and a sock pattern. That would have changed how I felt. I would have asked them to mail it. So I had promised Sheila, and I had thought of this ahead of time because I don't need any more sock yarn, that she could have whatever yarn I got and the pattern. So here's the pattern. And you can have the gift certificate to get 40% off of this sock yarn, which I am telling you is not sock yarn that I would drive. It's not even hand-dyed. It's just, plain vanilla, one color.
Oh, really?
Oh, I was like, I don't own any of this yarn. There's a reason for that because it's not something that appeals to me.
No,
So-
have you ever thought of writing to this owner yourself and just telling them your disappointment?
Yeah, I think I might.
I think you should.
I really think it was
based on two people's conversations.
I feel like it was bait and switch. I feel like I was purposely misled. Maybe not purposely. I feel like I was misled. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, so that I would physically be in the store, and then I'm told, oh, yeah, you have to pay 60% to get the yarn. You didn't really win the yarn. You just
well, and I think if you write a letter saying, look, I'm not looking for anything, but I'm just letting you know that what you did was poor business because you led me in for a free pattern that, you know, anyone could get. I didn't have to win it. And then my prize is a 40% off. Yeah. When in two conversations with myself and my husband, you stated free pattern, free sock yarn.
Pattern and sock yarn. I did not win sock yarn. I won a coupon. There's a difference. You know, if he had said you won a pattern and a coupon for 40% off sock yarn, that's a whole different scenario than you won a pattern and sock yarn. I didn't win any sock yarn.
Yeah.
I won 40% off sock yarn. So, yeah, I'm not happy. Not happy.
And I would just state that, you know, you yourself will not be shopping at that store.
Well, it was unlikely I was going to shop there again. I was actually feeling a little bit better about them because I won something, and now I'm like, yeah, I wasn't wrong.
You know, I'm wondering if maybe you could actually complain to the Yarn Crop Committee, too.
Well, I'm sure somewhere when it was published, it was said that that's what you were winning. But I don't have that anymore.
But we threw in, I mean, they do door prizes and everything. We didn't know exactly what we were putting our name into, but still, I mean, it was very misleading.
I think it was handled poorly. And Jim, my husband, talked to somebody else at the store. It wasn't even the owner, who said the same thing. You won a pattern and sock yarn. That's what was said to me both times. So I don't know. It just kind of bothers me. I don't even know if I care enough to follow up with it. I'm gonna.
No, I think you should follow up.
I'm gonna vote with my pocketbook. I'm not buying any yarn there.
But I'm just saying, I think you should follow up with it just to let him know that his way of handling it was not a good situation.
Yeah, maybe maybe I'll email.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just email, because that way you can put exactly the words you want without getting defensive, without him
interrupting me.
Excuse me.
Whoever the owner is.
Bothering you in the sense of if you were to talk to the owner in person.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm sorry that happened.
That's my heartbreak. That's why I'm making you something, because you didn't get any sock yarn, and I also just want to make it, and it's something that you would like. But also, you got the vanilla sock pattern.
Well, it's funny because I was looking for a vanilla sock pattern. There you go.
It's a 2-color pattern, but hey, you could just knit it in 1 color, and it's just like a 62 stitch.
Yeah, the coupon will be going into the recycling bin most likely.
Oh, and I also got a sticker.
You got a sticker? Oh, I think we already got those, didn't we?
No, we already have. No, I know.
Oh. That was part of your prize?
Yes.
Again, her prize was for everything that was free.
Yes. Yeah.
So
and my husband said the same thing. He said, you know, the 40% is probably at cost. So really, he's not giving you anything away. He gave you a pattern that the company probably gives out for free with the yarn. He's giving you the yarn at his cost, so he didn't lose any money, and he gave you a sticker. And he said it probably would have been better business sense to eat the cost of 1 skein of yarn, which, let's be honest, couldn't be more than $20, right? At the most, at wholesale. So I just feel I don't have any goodwill. But anyway, that's my heartbreak for this week. So very sad.
It is sad.
It is sad.
On to better things.
Yes. Baubles and Bling. My Baubles and Bling was going to be the yarn from my prize, but sadly,
no Baubles and Bling.
No Baubles and Bling this week. Sorry.
I have no Baubles and Bling either. Sorry.
My husband was so excited for me this morning because he's like, you can talk about that. And I was like, oh, I didn't tell you.
You didn't tell him?
No, well, he didn't. He was out late last night, so I didn't have a chance to tell him about it until this morning.
What do you
think?
Like, oh.
He really was disappointed from me because he thought I won a major award.
I think my future Baubles and Blings are going to be pulling out a skein of yarn from my stash, because I am on a yarn diet like probably everybody else on Ravelry.
You know, I actually found a skein of yarn when I was cleaning up the other day that it was not logged into Ravelry, and it's like really nice. So I might bring that in. It's kind of like I got it new because I forgot I had
Well,
it.
it's almost like you put on a coat from
And you
a
find-
winter and you find $5 and oh, I'm rich
I
now.
found a whole skein of cashmere-based yarn. I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
yes.
Holy cow.
I was like, where did this come from? Oh, yeah. I might bring that in. Also, I have the cute stitch markers I got from the yarn crawl that I found that I can bring in because you haven't seen those yet.
I kind of regret not getting those, but not really.
Well, I'm not really
They're
going to
cute.
use them. I just like them.
And they're very cute, yeah.
I might use them on my sweater when I
There you
knit it.
go.
So, not much for Bubbles and Bling.
No.
We're doing good on time, 30 minutes. All right, gossip and innuendo. Before we start with our main thing, I'm just going to update you all. The trip to Woolmize has been booked. I am going to be at the Woolmize shop on May 13th or 14th, depending on how we shake out the itinerary. And I'm going to get pictures, or I might even get my husband to film me with our camera in the store so I can do a clip on our episode and everyone out there can see what the Woolmize store looks like.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Do you
As
think
long
she
as
would
it's okay
limit
with
you?
Woolmize.
I was just going to say, do you think she'd let you not?
I don't know. I would ask if it's okay. Obviously, I'm not going to try to do anything sneaky or weird. I know she's let people take pictures in the store before.
Maybe not video.
I don't know if she wants. That's kind of. I'll just ask before I do it. I know she can speak English because my German isn't strong enough to ask that. So we'll see what happens. And the other exciting thing is, it's in the works, but I am desperately seeking Addie Click lace points.
Oh.
They're manufactured in Germany. They are so expensive. My husband tried to buy me some for Christmas, and it was going to cost him like $170 or $180.
Oh, wow.
We are hunting down stores in Germany that will sell us them at the local price, and I think we've nailed one place down where we can get them for like $90.
Oh, wow.
And there's no shipping, obviously, and I just have to make sure that I don't go over my my customs.
Which is what, $500?
I think it's $600 a person.
$600.
So
It's
I
a
doubt I'm
decent
going to go
amount.
over that. That's like $1,200 between me and my husband.
Yeah.
I know we're not going to spend that much. So I'm working it. We'll see what happens. I might, if I do manage to get some discount lace clicks, I will review them when I get back from Germany. So that's pretty much it for the yarn venture in Germany right now. If I have any more news about different places we're going to go, I'll tell you later.
Then the other gossip and stuff we were going to talk about is crocheting.
Yeah, we want to do more crochet on our show.
We do. I want to take up more crocheting, basic projects. I did do a crochet blanket a couple of years ago, and I think I have some stash yarn that I'll work well with, some white and yellow, and just have it out there, maybe work on it while I'm here, because knitting seems to be difficult for me on the podcast, but crocheting I think would be easy. And so yeah, I want to try and better my skills at crocheting.
And I've been crocheting since I was 10. My dad's mother, my grandmother, taught me how to crochet, and I started out by crocheting granny squares, which are fun.
Which is
kinda
basically
like
what I'm
those.
going to be doing.
And I've done it on and off over the years. I use it a lot in knitting to crochet an edge around the neck. So it's definitely a good skill to have, even if you only knit. It's good to know a little bit of crochet, but also, with the amigurumi, it's so much faster. It eats more yarn. It does eat more yarn than knitting, but it's so much faster. So
hence the reason why I think crochet people like acrylic, because it's less expensive.
Less expensive.
But you also told me to crochet an edge on this to kind of help it from rolling too.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to try and do that.
Just do like a half double crochet. I use it for an edging. A lot of the sweaters now have those like boat necky things.
Right.
And I don't know about other people out there, but mine always tend to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it's like, and I just crochet an edge around it so that it doesn't stretch. I do it on cardigans too, just on the neck to hold the shape. It is a really good shape. So for my crochet feature today, I brought a project that I had fun crocheting 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's the cutest little thing. Let me get it Oh, there's some kind of paint on it. It's called the Little Acorn Project Bag. It's kind of smashed.
Yeah, let me take that and fix it. You talk.
There. It's the Little Acorn Project Bag by Brigitte Reed, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And it was worked out of Rowan Big Wool, so it's a bulky. I loved crocheting it. It's kind of cute. It's been hanging up and it's smashed, but you can see it's got like the little crochet top, acorn cap, a little handle, and then these little bumps around the edge are buttons that I crocheted from another. I found an online tutorial.
Now, what was the pattern written for that, for the buttons, or just buttons?
It was just, I can't remember where I found it. I didn't in my notes.
No, but what was supposed to be there? Just plain buttons?
You could put regular buttons. They suggested crocheting the buttons, but I had to get a tutorial to do it. It wasn't a part of the pattern.
Oh.
So I just made these little, you can see them, crocheted buttons, which was kind of fun to do. Look how cute the bottom of the bag is. It's just a really cute little bag with a cute little lid. In bulky wool. You could probably also hold together 2 skeins of worsted for that. So I did this and I really enjoyed it. So I did the pattern again and made my own little version of strawberry. It's kind of hard to see. It's all bent. There, Sheila will fix it. It's a strawberry, and you can see it has like the little strawberry seeds on it.
That's cute.
And on the lid, my daughter ripped one of the buttonholes off. I have to fix it. The lid, I made like a little strawberry leaf.
And that goes to the flexibility of crochet.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge fancy crocheter. I just kind of winged it with what I knew from, the crochet stitches, and I just I put information on the project page that explains how I came up with the strawberry leaf. But I really like crochet. That's why I like amigurumi, because you can be more, I feel like I can be more creative with crocheting. So, I like knitting. That's my major craft, but I do crocheting on the side. I do enjoy it. And if you ever want to make a blanket or a shawl really fast, I can bang out a crochet blanket really fast.
Especially with some of the stitches
that
you can do.
Some of them are just, you don't even really have to pay attention. So you can really crank it out. I can go a lot faster, I know, with crocheting than knitting. It's frustrating sometimes how slow knitting is. So yeah, we want to feature it a little more. And periodically we'll bring in books to review, magazines to review, projects that we've done. I'm going to try to do more crochet projects. I think I'm going to try to do some amigurumi. So, and I have...
It's a lot out there. I mean, I was looking through it. There's blankets, there's hats, there's socks.
There's a woman that joined our Crafty Bus group. I don't know if she's still a member, but she crocheted socks.
And she had a couple of her own designs.
And she had a couple of her own designs. So it's definitely
I can't
out
imagine
there.
crocheting with yarn like that, though.
No, me either. There's a beautiful shawl that I want to do that's crocheted and lace weight.
Is it?
I can't remember the name of it. Maybe I'll feature that next week. But it's gorgeous. I love the look of it, and it's crochet. I don't know how long it will take to do fancy crochet like that. That's like crocheting a really big doily.
Yeah.
I've done small doilies. I don't know how good it would be on the really big doily, but yeah, that would be
good.
That would be cool. So
and I think that's our show.
I think that is. I don't think I have anything else.
So thanks for joining us. You can reach us at knit1heart2@gmail.com. That's knit numeral 1 heart TOO @gmail.com.
And you can find our blog at knit1heart2blogspot.com. And I have applied to have our feed put up on iTunes. You can also get the iTunes feed from Blip TV.
If you hit subscribe.
If you hit subscribe, if you follow the Blip TV link from our blog.
Yep.
So we'll update you as soon as we find out if we're added to the iTunes directory, because I know a lot of people find it easier to look at the podcasts on iTunes.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. So if you're new, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
if you've watched a couple episodes, thanks for coming back.
Yep.
And knit with heart.
Knit with heart.
Hey, I did it good.